So apparently a guy, not once, but twice in one day, I think that's what it said in the story, came in to this aquarium in Canada and jumped into he took off all his clothes and jumped
stripped naked.
Yeah.
Twice. You got
How
it.
do you get back in?
Well, that's the thing. He got away both times.
Holy shit.
Apparently, this guy was having a day. There was a disturbance at a medieval times that they suspect was this man that day, too. And they asked him to leave, and he ended up going back in the building and breaking some pane of a glass and leaving. And then he ended up coming to this aquarium, taking off all his clothes. Yeah, I know.
Jumping, I got a jouster.
Dun, 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 dun. Dude, call up this video.
This one right here?
Play it, but turn the audio off so you can watch him jump into this fucking tank, butt-ass naked. And this is the second time he did it.
He had, like, good form.
Right?
Yeah, that was like a back back dive there.
He's just, like, doing a backstroke and shit. Like, he does not give a shit. Like, from the people watching him, they were saying that he just was as happy as can be.
Wait, he got away all the times? Because it says at the right here on this headliner article that he's still wanted.
Yeah, he's still wanted. Yeah, he got away both times.
What is he, like, greased up? He's just slipping out of the grass for these people?
They said, they straight up said, keep that video going because there's a thing I want to cut back to when it comes up. They straight up said he got out of the pool because the security guard asked him to, and they asked him not to leave, and he just walked away and left.
I love how the guy their interviewer was talking about how good his form was.
Yeah.
Like you brought up, he was like, it was a great back dive, and then he backstroked out to the middle of the...
So here he is. He's crawling up, and the security guard's like, okay, come out. So he gets up and trolls him. He just fucking dives back in.
Canada's relaxed, man.
What a fucking hero, straight up. The thing is, like, dude, if this was in America, that guy would have gotten the bro down beat
He's like
down.
there was a little clip there. He was like signing autographs.
Yeah, like everybody who was at the place seemed to be digging it, you know?
I mean, you can't be mad at the dude.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't think he went in there and like beat up the sharks or anything. He just
beat him up. Well, he clearly worked on his form.
Yeah, could you imagine just like, oh, daddy, look it!
Slapping his wiener on the shark.
Could you imagine being the shark and just be like, your dignity's been taken away?
Like, I'm about to get so much shark money.
You're just like, yeah, he's gonna fucking charge him for sexual assault.
And I mean, do you really think the aquarium's super mad? There's a lot of free press.
For sure.
Oh, they should start staging that shit now. It's going to be like some semi-pro shit. They're going to bring out the guy who played Niedermeyer in Animal House and shoot him across the ice and to hit bowling pins.
They're going to have some big mascot costume that's naked.
Yeah.
Little plushies of
It's
the naked
like
guy.
It's like could you imagine that fucking
Bobbleheads for sure.
a fucking, mascots are basically furries. It'd be a furry, but it's a human dude.
Really feel like myself now.
Oh, look at that guy.
Got a great picture. And everything.
Yeah, right? Winning smile.
Yeah.
Missing teeth.
Oh, really?
Damn.
Well, that's why he's not smiling with the teeth. I never
people.
smile with teeth.
That guy, like you said, he just had a day. Medieval times, the aquarium, like he had a big day, like already scheduled, and just took it further.
Oh, what a fucking legend. Absolute legend. Fucking cheers to that guy.
Gotta find out if it was on the weekend or during the week.
Right?
He took some time off.
Like, hey, this is on a Tuesday.
I bet that's in the
Canadians.
article. I'll take a quick peek here.
Canadians know how to party.
Shortly after 10 p.m., he immediately disrobed. Yeah, I think there's a good chance it's a weekday.
Just having an average weekday here in Canada. Hey, they just legalized the marijuans.
Yeah.
Good for them, Canada. Good for you. And what I really like is that they're retroactively helping people expunge their previous
As
crimes.
you should. As you really should if you're gonna remove it from legal recourse.
I think there's something in California for that too, because I had read it in a comment on the story for Canada legalizing it earlier. I think there's some sort of program in place to help people expunge their previous offenses, and just like the aspect that in California, pretty much everybody already assumes that you smoke pot. It doesn't really matter
sure.
unless you're like a truck driver or involved in construction, because they're still liable for that shit. But then it's just like, it's the same as being drunk on the job. The only thing with that is the way they test weed, it shows up like a month later. They need like a newer way to test for like if you are stoned in that.
That's
like,
what the blood
instant.
test is for.
Is it?
Yeah. The blood test has a shorter window. Like the piss test is 2 weeks. The blood test is a couple hour window.
Like if you fuck up at work, they can be like, "Oh, it was in his system right then," or
Right. And then they can like fuck you out of workman's comp.
Oh, yeah.
Fire
Yep.
you.
It's not a good look.
go to jail if you hurt somebody. No good. I grew up in California, and people were growing weed in their backyard in the 90s. So I'm surprised it took so long to go fully legal there.
Well, it was like hot off the fucking 80s, fucking Reagan's like war on drugs and shit like that.
Real question is, how much of a boon do you think Canada's economy is going to get off of it?
We'll see. What if they just all... What if it just turns into fucking post-apocalyptic dystopia?
Yeah, and then you get a bunch of people just like, we told you so.
Yeah, fucking Reagan comes out of the grave and he's like, well, I told you so.
Session's gonna come out. Oh, now they're listening to swing music. No good.
Oh, man, what a kook.
For sure.
I can't believe that even in like the older crowds that there's still people like that guy.
Yeah, I mean it's all stigma and fucking it's
Prohibition
like guilt.
Prohibition doesn't work.
For sure.
Like worse shit comes out of prohibition to skirt around the technicalities of the law.
Like moonshine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And toilet booze.
And NASCAR.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I think the guy that
Think
led
about
the
it like that.
charge-
We would not have fucking NASCAR if there wasn't prohibition, and we wouldn't have all those people to deal with.
deal with.
Hey, if NASCAR's your thing, like more power
Nah,
to you. I'm just
not a
talking shit. I know it's so boring, but apparently there's a lot to it. I like how we just went from like fucking
Like the party in the middle of the track. That's where it's all. That's what
Right.
it's all about.
Dude, my
for-
uncle does that shit. He rents out like I don't remember what the price was, but him and his buddies all go down there like the week before Indy 500 and chill and
It's like
That's their
Woodstock
thing.
in there, man. It's madness. Miami Beach ain't got shit on the inside track, dude. It's crazy in there.
I like how we went from like a naked dude swimming in a shark tank to fucking legalizing marijuana to shitting on people who like NASCAR.
equal levels of thrill.
Right? Fucking that'll be the new Canadian rodeo. Fucking nude shark tank divers. How long can you last before he bites your pecker off?
Oh boy.
You gotta be brave. You have to get a little nick on your pecker and then jump in so the sharks smell the blood in the water.
How long before USADA gets involved though? Oh, he's testing positive.
Right? You have to implement that fucking rule that they did in basketball for Magic Johnson because everybody was afraid of contracting HIV.
What was the rule?
If you had an open wound and were bleeding, you couldn't be on the court just because of communicable diseases. And I think they kind of established after a while that was bullshit because you don't bleed in, you bleed out.
It's always one person that fucks it up for everybody though. Trying to play hard, playing some street ball, elbow somebody.
Then you got a broken nose, and then you got to wear that doofy looking face guard.
Hey man, it's all fun and games till someone loses an eye, and then it's just plain fun.
Played football.